Good morning everyone. Today's topic is cultivation of pointer gourd. It is also called parval in Hindi. The scientific name of pointed gourd is Trichogenthus dioica. Pointed gourd is widely cultivated in Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Odisha, Assam, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. In Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, it is grown in small pockets of hilly tracts recently. It has been introduced in and around Hyderabad and Bangalore. Parval is a semi-perennial creeper, remains dormant during winter. Fruits are globose, oblong, smooth, 5 to 12 cm long and 2 to 6 cm in width. Strips are light green on young fruits and seeds are globose. Several cultivated parval varieties differ in their size, shape and markings on fruits. The two more important forms are one with large oblong, deep green fruits with longitudinal and somewhat obscure white bands, and the other with shorter, thicker, pale green fruits without markings. These are further classified into four groups depending on fruit size. Climate and soil. It requires humid and hot climate since it is susceptible to frost and cold. It can withstand water stress but not waterlogging. Parval thrives well in high rainfall areas of Assam and West Bengal, but without waterlogging. In North Bihar and parts of Uttar Pradesh, areas usually flooded by overflowing rivers in the rainy season are covered by its summer crop. In West Bengal, it is commonly grown in river beds as well as in plains. In plains, parval cultivation is very intensive and more remunerative too. It grows best in well-drained sandy loams. It can also thrive well in the upper lands of alluvial light soils, LP soils with additions of organic matter or by raising an incorporation of green manure. Heavy soils are not suitable for its cultivation. It remains dormant in winter and grows vigorously during spring. Varieties of pointed gourd. Improved varieties are and hybrids of pointed gourd are Chess Elite line. Fruits are very attractive, dark green, large sized, stripped with tapering ends, early maturing, weighing 60 to 80 gram each, and can be successfully stored for 4 to 6 days under normal room temperature. Its yield is 250 to 300 quintals per hectare. It is adapted to uplands of Bihar, Odisha and Uttar Pradesh. This selection performs well in Sambalpur region of Odisha, Midnapur area of West Bengal and also in parts of Assam. It is resistant to fruit fly infestation. Chess Hybrid 1. It is the first parval hybrid developed in the country. Its solid green stripped fruits weigh 30 to 35 gram each, the total yield being 280 to 320 quintals per hectare. It is resistant to fruit fly. Chess Hybrid 2. It is a high yielding hybrid producing dark green stripped fruits with an average fruit weight of 25 to 30 gram. Average yield being 300 to 400 quintals per hectare. Chota hilly fruits medium long 5.71 cm into 3.3 cm, oval to spindle shaped, swollen in the middle, greenish with prominent white strips, blunt end and bulge at the stalk. Dandeli fruits are medium size 6.84 cm to 3.89 cm, egg shaped, light green, stalk in dispersed, stripped slightly and grouped towards distal. Faizabad Parval 1. It produces very attractive round green fruits, the average yield being 150 to 170 quintals per hectare. It is recommended for commercial cultivation in Uttar Pradesh and adjoining parts of Bihar. Faizabad and Parval 3. Faizabad Parval 3. Its fruits are spindle shaped, green and less stripped. They are excellent for culinary purpose with an average yield of 125 to 150 quintals per hectare. It is suitable for cultivation in eastern and western Uttar Pradesh. Faizabad Parval 4, a high yielding variety, it is recommended for reclaimed sodic soils. The fruits are light green, spindle shaped and with tapering ends. It is recommended for bower system of cultivation. Hilly, its fruits are oblong 9.65 cm into 3.08 cm. Greenish, white stripped and tapering towards distal end and dispersed neck. Rajen Parval 1. This variety is highly suitable for daira land cultivation. Its fruits are big sized, striped and green in color. The average yield is 140 to 150 quintals per hectare. Rajan Parval 2. This variety is highly suitable for daira cultivation. Fruits are big, dark green with whitish strips. It is suitable for cultivation in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. Average yield being 150 to 170 quintals per hectare. Sankolia fruits are medium long, 7.56 into 2.94 centimeter, resemble to those of Sank or shell. They taper towards ends are greenish with white tips, slightly big towards distal end and bulge towards stalk. Soran Alaukik, a high-yielding variety, it produces light green fruits with blunt ends. The fruits are 5 to 8 cm long, solid, thin-skinned, and good for vegetable as well as for preparation of sweets. Its average yield is 230 to 280 quintals per hectare on vertical staking. It is recommended for uplands and plateau regions of Bihar, the Ara lands of Gangetic belts of Bihar, and Uttar Pradesh and plains of Orissa and West Bengal. It has also been introduced in Telangana region of Andhra Pradesh. Swarnarekha, a vigorously growing high-yielding variety. Fruits are greenish white, stripped 8 to 10 cm long and tapering on both sides. Average yield is 200 to 230 quintals per hectare on vertical bower system. Recommended for commercial cultivation in plains of Orissa, plateau region of Bihar, the Ara lands and plains of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh and Telangana region of Andhra Pradesh. Propagation of pointed gourd, it is basically propagated through vine cutting and root suckers. The plants raised from the seeds are big with small leaves, taking about a year to fruit. Moreover, the sex of the plants produced from seeds cannot be assured. Mostly cuttings from mature vines are taken in October when fruiting is almost over to ensure the sex and variety to be planted. Collect 1 meter long vine and make it into a coil. Treat the nodal portion of the coil with rooting hormone. Insert the treated portion of the coil in polythene bags filled with the potting mixture in such a way that 2 to 3 nodes are outside the bag. Apply water with rose can sparingly and put them in shade for plastic house or in plastic house. Sproutings can be seen after 10 days to onwards. These can be transplanted in the main field after 3 months. This method can ensure 100% rooting, producing a large number of plants of one variety in one place. They can easily be transported to the main field or distant places. Mature roots of 3 to 4 years old plants are cut into pieces with 3 nodes each. Dip them in the solution prepared with copper sulfate and plant them in the main field. Regular watering is required till it produces new sprouts. Cultivation after planting. In bower system, 8,000 cuttings are required to raise 1 hectare crop with a spacing of 1 into 1.5 meter. Whereas in flat system, 4,500 to 5,000 cuttings are required spaced at 1 into 2 meter. Nearly 3,500 to 4,000 cuttings are required to raise a healthy crop in 1 hectare under riverbed cultivation. February-March is ideal planting time in uplands and mid-November in the Ara lands. Lunda or Lachi method. In this system, mature vines are 1 to 1.5 meter long, having 8 to 10 nodes. Cuttings are taken and folded into a figure of 8, commonly known as Lunda and Lachi. This should be placed flat in the pit and pressed 3 to 5 cm deep in the middle into the soil. To enhance sprouting, fresh cowding may be applied over the central part of the pit. Moist lump method. The vine 60 to 90 cm long is enriched over a lump of moist soil, leaving both ends of 15 cm free. Such soil lumps are buried 10 cm deep into well-prepared pits, leaving the ends of vine above the soil. The under soil part produces roots and exposed ends gives sprouts. Straight vine method. The vine cuttings are planted end to end horizontally 15 cm deep into the furrows. These furrows spaced 2 meters apart are opened and filled with a mixture of farm or manure. Ring method. The vine cuttings is coiled into a spiral or ring shape and planted directly on the mounds, covering half to thirds of the ring under the soil. The exposed portion produces new sprouts. Rooted cuttings method. The cuttings from mature vines are planted in the nursery where they are allowed to strike roots. These cuttings are then planted in February-March in eastern Uttar Pradesh and shifted to riverbeds in November. Root suckers. We can ensure 10% sprouting through root suckers. Propagation by this method is easier and faster, but the availability of roots is a major problem. At the time of planting, we must ensure the number of male plants required for planting the area. Minimum of 10% male plants in the field are essential to ensure the availability of enough pollen grains required for fertilization and fruit setting. For every 15 female plants, one male plant is must to get highest fruit yield. Female plants relatively near to male plants set more fruits than those away from it. Manuring and fertilization. Apply farm manure in light soils, alphy soils. The field should be thoroughly plowed. Prepare rings 1 meter apart. Manurial requirement for major purple growing states is given in table 1. Quantity of fertilizer in kilogram. Bihar nitrogen 60, phosphorus 40 and K 0. Uttar Pradesh nitrogen 90, phosphorus 60 and K 40 kg. Odisha 150 kg nitrogen, 60 kg phosphorus and 80 kg potassium is required. Half the quantity of nitrogen full of P and K should be applied at the time of planting in small basins. Remaining half of nitrogen should be applied 60 days after planting. Pruning of parval vines helps increase the fruit yield. Therefore, its vines should be pruned before winter as the crop passes through dormant phase in winters. Pruning can be carried by leaving 1 feet long vine in the basin. Training of vine on vertical staking or on bower system facilitate effective pollination, increasing fruit set and yield. Over 200% increased fruit yield is obtained by growing parval on 1 meter high bamboo pandal, then trailing over the ground. Interculture. Frequent interculture operations in parval crop are highly beneficial for fruit yield. Hoeing is beneficial after each irrigation. Hoeing around root zone is essential for respiration activity of the roots and to conserve moisture. Therefore, minimum of 2 hoeings in each month are essential for good fruiting. Hoeing followed by mulching is also good for healthy vine growth. Rice straw mulch at the rate of 15 tons per hectare give 88 and 81% more fruit yield and more number of fruits than the control. Irrigation at 20 days intervals is essential during winter and 10 days interval in summer. Irrigation water at the rate of 111 cm is optimum for good growth and yield. Harvesting and post-harvest management. Its fruits in flashes are available from February to October. Vine starts bearing fruits 5 months after planting. Picking of fruits at weekly intervals give more yields. Harvesting of fruits should be done 15 to 18 days after fruit set. Delay in harvesting leads to development of hard seeds. Its yield varies from place to place depending on soil and climatic conditions. The fruit yield increases subsequently. It declines 4th year onwards. So after this you can renew the crop by planting the new rooted cuttings in the field. Thank you for patience.